You may not know her name yet, but Yomi Adegoke is a rising star to watch. The British journalist and author out with a debut novel, and it's generating international buzz.
The List came out, and it was an instant bestseller in the UK.
I was surprised that it was instant. I think it is a bit of a polarizing book, and it definitely deals with, thorny, difficult subject matter, so I wasn't sure how it would necessarily land.
Yomi wants us to consider a complex question. Can you believe what you learn on the internet? It's at the core of her book, The List. In it, a feminist journalist discovers an anonymous list circulating online of men who've behaved abusively, including her fiancé.
It's about internet culture and how, I suppose, we still haven't reckoned with the huge unchecked power of the internet. Movements can be appropriated and taken advantage of online, but simultaneously, the internet is a huge tool to sort of give voice to the voiceless and speak truth to power.
I caught up with Yomi at Silver Lining Lounge in Manhattan to talk about her new novel, which centers around the Instagram famous couple, Allah and Michael. Allah struggling with who or what to believe as the clock ticks down to their wedding day.
You challenge us to look not just at the lives of the women who have accused, but at the men who have been accused.
Right. And
whether or not those people all should be lumped into the same category.
Definitely. Ola, being a journalist, is someone who has written articles that kind of look at men that are accused of similar things to Michael. And now she is attached to a man that's been accused of abuse. That puts her in a uniquely difficult position. And we see what the internet often does best, which is build people up, but also how quickly that can be ripped away and how much delight people can take in seeing someone else's life go wrong and fall apart online.
I think it's a book really for our time.
Yeah.
I mean, you take a very hard look at social media, romance, assault, online gossip. Why do you think that is resonating so much with people who are reading this book?
I think because there are lots of conversations about all the things that you've just mentioned, but many of them are very polarizing and black and white. For instance, the Me Too movement and how that unfolds online. And I think this book allows space for questions and nuanced discussion.
We're here to say Me Too. Our voices will break through.
The List inspired by reality. Several crowdsourced lists began circulating in the U.S. as the Me Too movement gained momentum. Public accusations against high-profile men like Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein.
Tommy, how do you spend some time in there? Reading?
Mr. Weinstein, are you worried?
The anonymous spreadsheets allegedly featuring names of powerful men in various industries, accused by female colleagues of sexual harassment and other wrongdoing.
You were pleased to see people being held accountable, but then you began to look at it a little bit more skeptically.
When I first saw them, my knee-jerk reaction as a feminist, in the same way, I think, with Ola as a character, was to support them without question. For me, it's less about, I think, the Me Too movement and allegations more broadly, but more about what happens when those allegations play out online. So I wanted to sort of fictionalize it to be able to have a really difficult conversation that looked at the positives and the negatives without kind of throwing anyone in the real world under the bus.
With writing that jumps off the page, no surprise, The List was at the center of a huge Hollywood bidding war and is now set to hit the small screen. HBO Max, the BBC, and production house A24 winning the rights to co-develop The List into a TV adaptation.
I'm executive producing it somehow.
That'll be something new.
Yeah, very, very new, yeah.
The novel's jaw-dropping twist will leave readers and soon-to-be viewers shell-shocked.
That was probably one of the most difficult parts to write because I really wasn't sure how I was going to end the book at all, but I knew that I wanted it to be surprising, and I hope that when people do finally get to that very mind-blowing last chapter.
It was mind-blowing.
Thank you, I'm glad it was. I hope that it will just, again, lead to questions about what we believe and why.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.